What's up, goodies? Welcome back to your girl channel and to my kitchen, how to cook. And today we are turning up the kitchen, making this loaded chicken, seafood and potato restaurant style, fast, easy and simple. Make sure you subscribe, goodie, and turn the post notification on so you won't miss an upload. And for all I'm returning goodie on the don't know some love or not, let's go.
Look what prayer can do. Hypocrite and bad mind must slow. The same mouth will cheer for you, and the same one them would turn round and boo. Yeah, prayer me I use and win. Prayer me I use and win.
Okay, goodies, you ready for cook? Let's cook. Well, I've with chicken breast right here, and I washed it with salt, lemon juice and vinegar and cut it into thinner slices. To season it, I did add some salt. I'm going to go ahead and add some black pepper to it. All right, so we're going to season up this thing really good. Now to the salt and pepper, we're going to add some onion powder, and then we'll add our garlic powder. Now I'm going to add some cumin powder here. I'm using my organic cumin powder. We're going to add that to the mix. Then we're going to add some paprika for color. Then we're going to add some all-purpose seasoning. I'm going to use this Maggi right here, but you could use whatever you have in your kitchen, will be fine. Then to that, of course, the girl will cook without vinegar, so I added some apple cider vinegar and some extra virgin olive oil to the mix. All we're going to do here is just go ahead and mix that in. And I'm going to let it sit for probably about a half an hour. You don't need to do it too long, but hey, half an hour is fine for me. And so we're just going to go ahead and mix that in, cover it up, and let it sit room temperature for about 30 minutes, and we're good to go. Now, goodie, everything that I'm using here for the recipe, I am going to list it in the description box. So go ahead and check it out. It's all ready, all right? Your girl got you, boo. Moving right along, we are going to go in with our mushrooms here. I'm using the baby Bella mushroom for this particular recipe. If you don't like this kind of a mushroom, of course, you could always substitute for whatever it is that you like. Now we're going to go ahead and give it slices here. Not too thin, not too thick, or just cut it into your desired pieces that you like to, whatever size. But remember, when you cook mushroom, it does shrink, so you don't want to cut it too small. You want to be able to see the mushroom at the end of the recipe. Now, please know that mushroom is one of those vegetables that you have to rinse properly because you don't want to cook dirt, right? So you want to go ahead, after you've sliced it up like this, put it on the cold running water, and then you rinse it, and then you let it sit in cold water for about a good 15 minutes, all right? Just to ensure that anything that's hidden, hidden dirt, is all gone, all right? So make sure you do that good, because you don't want to put dirt in the food. Okay, so that looks pretty good. Lord, my throat. Anyway, that looks pretty good. So what we're going to do is just go ahead and just rinse it off just like I explained to you earlier. And just set it aside for your recipe, right? Now we're going to go in with our onions here. I'm using this one because it has a little sweetener to it. So we're going to go in with that. But however, that onion could be substituted for whatever kind of an onion that you have in your kitchen. It's going to work just fine. Just go ahead and slice it just like I'm doing here. Don't want to chop it up, right? Now moving right along. God, good, I'm thirsty. Anyway, moving right along, in a pan here, we're going to add about 4 tablespoons of butter. I'm using unsalted. And then I added about, I'll say maybe about a tablespoon of oil. Then I added about 3 cloves of garlic here. That's it. You don't need nothing else but that to get started, right? 3 cloves of garlic. Okay, that's pretty good. Okay, so you want to just go ahead and just combine all those together with your fire at a medium heat. Then you want to go in and add the onions to it. We're going to saute these onions, okay? Please don't burn your onions, y'all. Then you go in and add the mushrooms to the onions. Now we want to give these babies a little bit of flavor, so I added just a little bit of salt. Salt as needed. You can skip the salt if you want to. Salt as needed. Black pepper for sure. Talking flavor here, flavor. And then I added about 2 cubes of garlic, okay? To it. It's all about garlic. The more garlic, the better. Better, right? Garlic good for you. So make sure you add your garlic to it. And then we are going to allow this to cook for maybe about 5 minutes or so. It does shrink really fast. Do not cover, okay? Cook it uncovered. Uncovered only, and just let it cook. And everything is going to come together nicely here. But you could also go ahead and add a little bit of season more to it. I did decide to go in and add the Maggi to it. And of course you want to go in and add the soy sauce. And that's it. Make it simmer. Simmer. 5 minutes here. 5 minutes. No more than 7 minutes. And when you're done with that step, 5 minutes or so, 7 minutes at the most, that is what you'll have. And you go ahead and you just remove it from the pan, all right? Just remove it from the pan, set it aside. Now, in that same pot, you're going to go back in and add some more oil to the pan. Then you want to go in and place your chicken into that oil. I did add maybe about 3 tablespoons of oil, okay? I'm using extra virgin olive oil for the recipe. Of course, you could substitute that, right? So just go ahead and just place your chicken in. And again, your fire is still at a medium heat. We are not looking to brown up this thing up because we are not making brown stew chicken over here, okay? Real talk on period. So we're just going to go ahead and put some garlic into the oil in between the chicken and the oil and just let it fry up like that. I'm telling you, goodie, it's going to give it massive flavor here. Massive flavor. I use about 4 cubes of garlic here, okay? Now you want to go ahead and turn it. See, we didn't brown it up like we make brown stew chicken. We just want to give it that color. You want it to have that paprika color to the chicken, okay? Now after about 4 to 5 minutes or so, 5 minutes, you turn it on the other side, okay? And this is what you are going to do after you have turned it. You're going to go ahead and use the rest of the marinade that you had left over, all right? And pour it on the chicken just like that. Then you go in and add your soy sauce, a tad bit of soy sauce, give it some flavor here. And to that, you're going to go in and add your favorite greenery to the meat. Parsley, whatever you have, just go ahead and sprinkle it on there. And I did use maple syrup here. And again, goodie, I will list everything that I'm using for the recipe down in the description box, so go ahead and check it out. Then we're going to go in and let it cook here until all the juices has simmered into the meat. Just go ahead and baste it just like I'm doing here. Make sure you follow every step, goodie, for the most perfect flavored, loaded chicken seafood recipe. Oh, you're gonna love this one. After it looks like that and everything is coming to a bubble, nice and just perfect looking, you will know when it's ready. All you have to do is go ahead and remove them now because you don't want to burn it, because we do need that glaze, honey. We need that glaze to finish up the recipe, so don't burn it, okay? You're just going to go ahead and remove the chicken and set it aside because your chicken is done. We do not want her chicken breast to be overcooked and be rubbery, okay? You want it to be nice, soft, and succulent all up on the inside, filled with flavor on the outside, but nice and juicy on the inside. So you're gonna just go ahead and remove those chicken breasts and set them aside because it's all done, okay? And that is what your chicken breast is going to look like. Perfect. Perfect. Now in that same pan, you're going to go back in and add some more butter. I'm using 3 tablespoons of unsalted butter here. 3 tablespoons of that. That butter is going to lift the flavor that is in that pan from the chicken, all right? So you want to go ahead and add your butter to it with your fire still goodie at a medium heat. You don't want to burn your glaze, trust me. You don't want to burn it. So just go ahead and get that butter, help the butter to lift itself. Now this is my seafood mix right here. It has raw shrimp, calamari, bay scallops, and mussels. You could substitute this for whatever that you like, but this is the one that I chose. All you have to do here is just pour it all into that sauce. That sauce has massive amount of flavor as is. However, you could kick it up a notch and add just whatever it is that you want, but you don't want to overcook it, over season. I did add a little bit more black pepper to it, all right, as needed. And then I had some more greenery, any kind of greenery where you want to add, whether you want to add parsley or whatever. But I did go in and add just a tad bit more of the seasoning, all-purpose seasoning, and that is it. We're talking flavor here, okay? Now all you have to do is let it simmer for maybe about 5 minutes or so, and this is what you have right here. This is all done. Seafood filled with flavor to the core, okay? Make sure to subscribe to the channel and a goodie. Don't just watch me cook. Go ahead and subscribe, all right? Now we're going to make the potato, and we're going to make this mashed potato fast, easy, and simple. So we have our box of potato here, and you're going to need milk for the recipe. And then you're going to need some salt, and I am going to add some greenery to it. All I'm doing here is adding the salt to the milk, adding the greenery to the milk, okay? And then I'm going to add the butter to the milk. We're going to go ahead and pop this bad boy in the microwave, allow everything to come to a melt, right? After everything is melted, nice and hot, you want to make sure that it's nice and hot. You go ahead and pour all that goodness into the potato, all right? Easy, easy, easy. Now, if you don't want to go this route, you could always boil your potatoes, and cook it from scratch. But me, honey, everything in my kitchen are fast, easy, and simple, all right? Fast, easy, and simple. Now, when it's nice and creamy and looking like that, of course, you could add more water or you could add more milk to it. But, honey, make your kitchen yours, all right? Nice and creamy and ready to put on a plate. So let's go ahead and put all these bad boys on a plate, right? Now, restaurant have nothing pan we go there. Now we're going to go ahead. The first thing you want to do is add the potatoes, the mashed potatoes to the plate, okay? Because remember, we are making loaded here. Loaded, honey, okay? Loaded, all right? Now, the second thing you want to do is go ahead and get your mushrooms and onions and place that on the plate, but do not get it on the potatoes, okay? Just put it aside, right on the side, so. Then you want to put the chicken breast on top, between the potatoes and between the onions and mushroom, just like I'm doing like right here. Now, as far as your seafood is concerned, just put it right on the top, and anywhere it fall, that's where it's going to stay, okay? Just let it fall, and then sprinkle with a little bit of greenery, whatever. You could even add sesame seeds if you want to, but I did add some parsley and some more of that juices, the seafood one. Yes, goodie. I just sprinkled it on there, and that was it. The thing was done, and believe me, everybody enjoyed this one. You want to try this goodie. This is one of those recipes that is going to impress everybody. And when you talk about flavor, alright, just right there. So make sure to go ahead and try the recipe. Spread the love with all your friends and family. Tell them what go on over here, goodie. Bring them, come and send them, come. I'm waiting. After you get done doing all of that goodie, tell me what you want to see me cook next in my kitchen. And remember, as always, from my kitchen to your kitchen, enjoy!